Okay, we're going to do a simple example of how to solve for sides using trigonometric ratios. We're going to make this angle equal to 30 degrees, and C, the hypotenuse, is going to be equal to 10 meters. So you can pause right now if you want to solve it on your own, but I'm going to walk you through how to solve it. So first thing we need to do is we know the hypotenuse, so we can write that out. The hypotenuse is equal to 10. And then we have this angle, which is going to be our angle theta, is equal to 30 degrees, right? And let's start with A. We want to find what the length of A is. So we know that A is the adjacent side of 30 degrees, right? And we know that the hypotenuse is equal to 10 meters. So if we want to solve for A, we want to have one variable, being A, and we want to use a ratio that deals with the hypotenuse and A. And if that doesn't make sense, I'll show you. So the ratio that deals with adjacent and hypotenuse is cosine. So you have cosine of 30 is equal to the adjacent over hypotenuse, and we know the hypotenuse is 10, so this is equal to, and we know the adjacent is A, so this is equal to A over 10. And so now what we can do is if we multiply both sides by the hypotenuse, we would multiply both sides by the hypotenuse, which is 10. These two will cancel out, and we have 10 times cosine over here, and we're left with 10 cosine of 30 is equal to A. And I recommend that you memorize this, but cosine of 30 is equal to the square root of 3 over 2. That's one of the ratios that's really important to memorize, that cosine of 30 is square root of 3 over 2. So with that knowledge, we know that this is 10 times square root of 3 over 2 is equal to A. 10 times square root of 3 over 2, that's equal to 5. Square roots of 3 is equal to A. So we can write over here A, that's 5 square roots of 3 meters. Now let's find B. So we can do the same steps as before, and we can use either tangent or we can use sine. We could use either of them and they would both give us the same answer, but since this 10 meters is a nice rational number, unlike 5 square roots of 3, we're going to want to use the ratio that deals with the hypotenuse, which is sine. So we're going to do it over here. We got sine of 30 is equal to opposite over hypotenuse is equal to, the opposite is B, and the hypotenuse is 10. So once again, we multiply the hypotenuse, which is 10. These two cancel out. We multiply this side by 10 as well, and we're left with 10 sine of 30 degrees is equal to B. Sine of 30 is another one you're going to want to remember, but sine of 30 is equal to 1/2. Alright? So we got 10 times 1/2 is equal to B. 10 times 1/2, that's pretty straightforward. That's 5 is equal to B. So B is equal to 5 meters. And if you want, you can verify this with the Pythagorean theorem.